Another year of excitement, drama and surprises awaits fans of the 24 clubs of the Championship, a division that remains one of the most competitive and unpredictable competitions in European football. Last season, Newcastle United met but did not exceed expectations to win the title, but they were run close by Brighton and Hove Albion, who finally delivered on their potential after having built up their strength on the south coast to snap up the second automatic promotion place. Under David Wagner, Huddersfield Town made the leap from a 19th-placed finish in 2016 to win promotion to the Premier League through the Championship playoffs, beating Jaap Stam's Reading. The Royals were another club that took a big jump from one end of the table to the other, trading 17th for 3rd. Fulham swapped 20th for 5th, overtaking Leeds United in the final weeks. Gary Monk's side had previously looked all but sure of making the playoffs at least. The Championship remains a league where fortunes can fade or be made by flips in form almost every single week. Who will be the sides to take advantage and suffer from the wonderful chaos of the English Second Division in 2018? Below are 4 teams to look out for who could be set to excite the division and another 4 whose supporters may want to look away this season. 4 to watch. Brentford owner Matthew Benham has understandably grown tired of the Moneyball cliches that surround his club, but there is no doubt that Brentford are the team carrying the flag for applied analytics in English football. They haven't been shy about the importance they place on data and the insights that can be gleaned from thorough analysis of the numbers, especially when it comes to recruitment, an area where they look to have excelled again this summer. Kamahila Mokotio has been brought in from FC Twente in the Eredivisie and is an exemplary passer of the ball. Ollie Watkins arrives as one of the most highly rated young prospects up front in League Two, and winger Neal Maupay should add goals after scoring 11 times in 28 league games for Brest last season. Signing Kamahila Mokotio has been brought in from FC Twente. As far as outgoings are concerned, they haven't lost any of the key members of their team. Hoda has the quality to reign as a contender for Championship Player of the Season. He ended last season with 12 goals and 5 assists in 21 games between January and May 2017. Ex-Chelsea midfielder Josh McEachran has looked sharp in pre-season too, especially when it comes to slicing through teams with his eye for a killer ball from deep. They could be dark horses. Fulham former Watford boss Slavisa Jokanovic has the Cottagers playing some great stuff and were the form team in the second half of the season as they won 12 from 19 games between the start of February and the end of May, scoring 41 goals. Last year, their strength came from midfield in large part due to the division's top passer and creator, Tom Kearney, yet they have added a striker capable of providing even more firepower in Aboubakar Kamara, a French forward who has chosen the 47 number to ensure opponents are in no doubt about the threat he poses. Confirmed Aboubakar Kamara will wear the number 4 combining on closing keycap 7 combining on closing keycap shirt this season. Black circle white circle Harato create pic.twitter.com I'mLolv82, Fulham Football Club at Fulham August 3, 2017. Already the most dominant team for possession and chance creation in the Championship, with an AK-47 in their ranks, there will be even more to fear from Fulham than ever before. Leeds United last season was a case of so close and not so far for Leeds, who lost manager Gary Monk in the summer but managed to retain top scorer Chris Wood. They have splashed the cash under new owner Andrea Radrizzani to bring in 10 new signings and appoint Thomas Christensen as their new head coach. He led APOEL to the Cypriot First Division title in 2017. Boss Thomas Christensen has been given a top 6 target. Not the most auspicious of backgrounds, but he has been back to succeed, has a trophy under his belt, and with Leeds having taken the tried and tested route of heading to the higher altitudes of Austria to prepare themselves for pre-season, the former Barcelona and Spain striker should be confident of hitting the ground running in August. Wolverhampton Wanderers. The West Midlands is turning Portuguese. New owners with a connection to Jorge Mendes has Ruben Neves arrived from Porto this summer. Still only 20, he is one of the most highly rated young midfielders in Europe, and now he's playing for Wolves, with his former manager Nuno Espirito Santo in the dugout. The club that Stan Cullis took to the very top to beat the continental elite in the pre-European Cup era now boasts Champions League experience in the Championship. Neves isn't the only new face either. Diogo Jota has been brought in on loan from Atletico Madrid. Former Estoril striker Leo Bonatini has arrived from Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia. Willy Boly is another player who has signed from Porto, albeit on a temporary deal. On paper, Wolves have reasons to be excited. New heights. Willy Boly, centre, in Porto training last season. After all, their last high-profile capture from Portugal, winger Elder Costa, scored 9 goals and created 8 assists in 34 league games last season. If he can cut it in the English second division, why can't his fellow countrymen and other glamorous new signings? Of course, there's no guarantee that it will all come together. Nuno was accused of lacking the tactical acumen to bring the best out of his players at Valencia and Porto. Wolves could be anything as a team, but they arguably now possess the most talent in the league, and it will be fascinating seeing whether they can make the most of it. For who should be worried? Bolton Wanderers, a club rife with rumours of financial difficulties, who spent pre-season filling their teams with trialists. Bolton were lucky to win promotion to the Championship last season, and it is questionable as to whether they have truly strengthened their squad after escaping League One last season. Veteran frontman Aaron Wilbraham is the only player to join the club for a fee this summer. He is 37 years of age, and one of 7 permanent signings, all captured for free, whose average age is 29.4. There's the feel of a last chance saloon about many of the names who have come in. BWFC 11 to face at Fusey United. Meunier Turner, Lonsdale, Trialist, Hull, Trialist, Elephant European Castle. Bolton Wanderers FC at official bout July 28, 2017. Will Buckley was rated as a serious talent at Brighton but has struggled since his move to Sunderland in 2014, while Adam Lafonder and Sammy Amiobi have agreed permanent deals after being let go by the clubs that loaned them both to Bolton last season. Manager Phil Parkinson could be up against it this year. Queen's Park Rangers' survival will be the aim for QPR this season, following their implosion at the tail end of their last league campaign. They lost 7 out of their last 8 games in the Championship as they tumbled down to 18th, conceding 66 goals. Only 2 clubs let in more goals last season. There are doubts over Ian Holloway's ability to pull them out of their tail dive, and they have been unable to throw money at the problem with limited recruitment. It doesn't look good down at Loftus Road, with the ramifications of their high times flying too close to the sun to get into the Premier League now threatening the ability of an historic London club to stay in the second division. Hull City on the plus side, the Tigers can count on the experience of Leonid Slutsky to lead them back into the Championship this season, although the Russian is an unknown quantity as far as English football goes. Yes, that statement may well come back to bite anyone doubting the 46-year-old, as it did Marco Silva. However, Hull's squad has been stripped down over the course of the past 2 transfer windows, with uncertainty over the plans and interest of the owners still a concern, especially now that the club has fallen out of the Premier League. Exard Kevin Stewart has joined in midfield from Liverpool. Then again, the players that have come in could make a difference. Kevin Stewart was a tidy presence in midfield for Liverpool at times, and while he will not be able to fill the creativity gap left by Tom Huddlestone, he should be a solid addition. Hull's bigger problem will be at the back. Curtis Davies and Harry Maguire have both moved on. Their heroic defensive efforts will be greatly missed. The Tigers will have to hope that Slutsky can translate his many achievements in Russia with CSKA Moscow, and experience as manager of the Russian national team, to make up the difference in the Championship. Sunderland doing a Leeds has become such a well-known phrase that it now has its own Wikipedia page, and Sunderland are a club with all the danger signs that they too could be at risk of falling into a similar downward spiral to fall straight through the Championship if they're not careful. From the drunken outbursts of midfielder Darren Gibson to worries over the ratio of turnover to wage bill, and some serious debts to contend with, the Black Cats are a team with exactly the wrong sort of momentum going into the Championship season. Simon Grayson will either be exactly the right sort of sensible, clear-headed appointment to steer them away from the rocks, or the wrong personality to prevent a steep descent into further trouble. For all the money made from selling Jordan Pickford, they have lost their best bet for stopping goals at one end and the striker who made sure they can eke out some chances down the other, in Jermaine Defoe, now at Bournemouth. Sunderland may be on a slippery slope.